Hi, I'm Dr. Jessie Menzel. I'm a psychologist and the director of our pediatric program at the UCSD Eating Disorder Center. I'm here today to talk to you about some strategies for managing stress and anxiety in this time of COVID-19. We are certainly dealing with an unprecedented crisis right now in the United States. We are all experiencing some very real threats to both our economic and our physical well-being right now. And it's quite understandable that we may be experiencing heightened levels of stress in the face of an uncertain economic future and anxiety in a world that no longer feels quite so safe to us anymore. And while all of these fears and concerns are valid and real, there are definitely some things that you can do to keep your stress and your anxiety down at a more manageable level. The first strategy I'm going to tell you about today comes from dialectical behavior therapy, and it is a skill called PLEASE. PLEASE is an acronym that stands for 5 strategies that you can use to take care of your physical health. Because when we take care of our physical health, then we are in a better place to be able to take care of our mental health. So PLEASE stands for treat physical illness, balance your eating, avoid mood-altering substances, balance your sleep, and getting exercise. So first, treat physical illness. This one has never been truer. Stay home when you're sick, call your doctor, follow your doctor's instructions on how to take care of yourself. Rest, take your medications as prescribed. 2, balance eating. Eating has a direct impact on our mood. If we eat too little, we become fatigued and irritable. If we eat too much, we may feel guilty or ashamed or generally just unwell. So make sure you eat enough to feel satisfied and to meet your nutritional needs. 3rd, avoid mood-altering drugs. You may be tempted to turn to a glass of wine or some other substances to help you have fun or relax right now. However, during these difficult times, we generally want to have more control over our emotions, not less. And mood-altering drugs do just that. They make us more susceptible, not less, to feeling extreme emotions. So stay away from drugs and use alcohol only in moderation. 4th, balance sleep. Now, many of us, because of shelter-in-place orders or because we can't work, are finding ourselves spending more time at home than we usually do. And that can lead to some very bad sleep habits. Staying up late, sleeping in too late in the morning, and watching TV and even working from our bedrooms. So set a schedule and stick to it. Be consistent. Go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time every morning, regardless of whether you're going into work or not. And please, please, please do not work from your bedroom. Keep your bedroom only for sleeping. Finally, get exercise. Exercise, when done consistently, is definitely a mood booster. We don't really need that much of it, though. So even if you can't stick to your normal routine, even just getting 20 minutes of moderate exercise a day will help you feel better and keep your stress levels down. Okay. The next set of strategies that we can use is relaxation. If we can slow down our body physiologically, we can slow down and relax ourselves mentally. So try these 3 types of relaxation. First, diaphragmatic or deep breathing. You want to take long, slow breaths in through your nose and down deep into your diaphragm. Imagine yourself trying to blow up a balloon inside of your stomach as you breathe. So know you're doing it correctly if you place a hand on your stomach, and as you breathe in, that hand moves out. Finally, exhale slowly. Second type of relaxation exercise you can do is called progressive muscle relaxation. This involves tensing and then relaxing and letting go of specific muscle groups. Move through different unique muscle groups throughout your body, trying to pay special attention to the difference between how your muscles feel when they're tensed and how they feel when they're relaxed. The third strategy you can use is called guided imagery. So close your eyes and imagine taking yourself to a place or creating a space in your mind that feels calm, relaxing, or safe. The key here is to make that scene as detailed as possible in your mind and to try to engage with it as much as you can by using your 5 senses. So for example, if you were to picture yourself lying on the beach or at the beach, you would want to feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, the breeze as it blows through your hair, the smell of the salt from the ocean, and the feel of the sand beneath your toes. Now, similar to relaxation, you can also use mindfulness or mindfulness meditation to help you cope with stress and anxiety. And while some mindfulness practice certainly results in a sense of relaxation, I like to think of mindfulness a bit more like a workout for your brain. Mindfulness training is really useful for learning how to let go of anxious thoughts, as opposed to getting kind of hooked in or swept up or carried away by your anxious rumination. Mindfulness can also really help you learn how to let go of judgments. If you're finding yourself faced with not finishing school, being out of work or out of a job, you may be particularly harsh or critical on yourself right now. Or maybe you're someone who is stuck with trying to entertain or homeschool your kids, and you're judging yourself for how much screen time you're letting them have, or you're really getting on yourself for not being productive with all of this free time that you have right now. Give yourself a break. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the grace to pause and take a moment, take a breath, to just figure out where you are right now. And definitely in this time of uncertainty, mindfulness can also help us be centered, to focus in, to set an intention, and really try to figure out what is most important or most of value for us to do right now in this moment. There are lots of really great apps that you can use to help you establish a mindfulness practice. So download a popular app like Headspace or Insight Timer or Smiling Mind if you have kids, and get yourself started. Finally, most importantly though, the best thing that you can do to help you combat stress and anxiety right now is to stop avoiding. Avoidance is probably the biggest perpetuator of stress and anxiety. When you procrastinate or stick your head in the sand, your problems only get bigger and your fears only get stronger. So if you're feeling really overwhelmed or out of control right now, try to identify that problem and then break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. And then actually go out and accomplish those steps. So, for example, if you're feeling very worried about your finances right now, identify one thing that you can do to lower your monthly expenses. If you are worried about getting sick or contracting the coronavirus, make a list of safety measures that you can take and then follow them. I think you'll find that when you can get out of your mind and off the internet and start acting, you'll feel much more in control and confident. Those are my tips for how to manage stress and anxiety. Thank you all for listening in. From all of us here at UCSD, we hope that you stay healthy and safe.